Hey there, and welcome. So today we're going to tackle three tiny little words that cause so much confusion in English: a, n, and the. I mean, if you've ever felt totally lost about which one to use, don't worry, you are definitely in the right place. This is going to be your simple, super straightforward guide to finally getting them right. So let's dive in. All right, so really, why are these words so confusing? Well, a big part of it is that a ton of languages, like Russian, Japanese, or Chinese, they just don't have them. So if that's you, this whole idea of articles probably feels, well, pretty weird, right? It's a super common headache for almost every single person learning English. So you're not alone. Yeah, think about this. Why can't you just say, I have banana? I mean, it seems perfectly fine, doesn't it? But nope. In English, when you have a single countable thing, like one banana, you almost always have to stick one of these little words in front. So today, we're going to figure out exactly why that is, and more importantly, how to pick the right one. Okay, listen up, because I'm about to give you the one big rule, the master key, that basically unlocks this whole puzzle. Seriously, forget trying to memorize hundreds of different little rules for now. There's just one big question you need to ask yourself every single time. And if you can get this one question right, everything else just kind of clicks into place. So here it is. The big question you have to ask is, are we talking about something general or something specific? Is it just one of many, or is it this one right here? For instance, if you're just thinking, I need any old phone, you'd say, I need a phone. But if the phone on your desk starts ringing, well, that's your specific phone. So you'd say, the phone is ringing. So that's it. Always ask yourself, general or specific? Let that be your guide. All right, let's open up our article toolkit. First up, tool number 1, a and an. Just think of these two as your go-to guys for one general thing. Whenever you're talking about a single item and it's not a special, specific one, these are the words you're going to reach for. So here's the deal. You're going to use a or an when you're talking about one single thing that you can count, especially if it's the first time you're mentioning it. It's kind of like saying anyone. It's not a special one. It's just one of many. Okay, now this next part is super, super important. It's probably the biggest trap people fall into. Choosing between a and an has absolutely nothing to do with the spelling. Seriously, it's all about the sound. You gotta trust your ears on this one, not your eyes. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at university. It starts with the letter U, a vowel, right? But we say a university. Why? Because the sound is U, which is a consonant sound. On the flip side, look at hour. Starts with H, a consonant, but we say an hour because that H is silent. The first sound you actually hear is ow, a vowel sound. Same thing with an MRI. The sound is M, which starts with a vowel sound. See? It's all about the sound. And you see this all the time when talking about jobs. You'd never ever say, I'm teacher. It just sounds wrong to a native speaker. You have to say, I'm a teacher, because you're one of many teachers out there. Or he's an engineer. This is probably one of the most common ways you'll use this rule in just everyday normal conversation. Okay, time for tool number 2 in our kit, the. This is the other side of the coin. If a and an are for any random thing, the is for the specific thing, the one that both you and the person you're talking to already know about. So yeah, the is what we call the definite article. We pull this one out when it's totally clear which thing we're talking about. Maybe we just mentioned it a second ago. Or maybe there's only one of it, like the sun or the moon. It's like a secret signal that says, hey, you know which one I mean. Let's watch this work in a little story. Imagine I say to you, I bought a sandwich for lunch. See that? I used a. Why? Because this is the very first time I'm telling you about this sandwich. For you, it's just some random general sandwich. It's new information. But if I keep talking, my very next sentence might be, the sandwich was delicious. Aha! Now I've switched to the. Why did I do that? Because now you know exactly which sandwich I'm talking about. It's the one I just told you I bought. It went from being general to being specific, and that right there, that's the whole game. Okay, on to our third and final tool. And this one is kind of tricky because sometimes the best article is no article at all. That's right, sometimes you use nothing. This is what we do when we're talking about things in the most general, broadest way possible. We call this the zero article, and we use it when we're talking about plural things as a whole category, or stuff you just can't count, like big ideas or liquids or subjects. We're not talking about one specific thing or even a specific group of things. We're talking about the whole entire concept. Let's check out a few examples. If I say books are useful, I'm not talking about these specific books. I mean books in general, all books. Same goes for those big abstract ideas, like freedom is priceless. You also don't use an article when you talk about meals, like we had lunch, or in a lot of set phrases, like saying you travel by car.
So, there you have it. That's our whole toolkit. Now let's just pull it all together in a quick and simple summary. Think of this as your step-by-step guide that you can use anytime you're trying to figure this out.
Okay, here's the process. Step 1, and this is always step 1. Ask yourself, is this thing general or specific? Got your answer? Okay, step 2. If it's one general thing that you can count, you're going to use a or an. Step 3, if it's the specific thing that we both know about, then you use the. And finally, step 4, if you're talking about a big general concept or something plural or something you can't count, you use nothing, no article at all. That's the whole logic right there. And you know what? Before we finish, I want to leave you with this. Please don't stress about being perfect. Honestly, most native speakers, they couldn't explain these rules to you if their life depended on it. They just feel what sounds right. And the more you read, the more you listen, the more you practice, the more you're going to build that same exact instinct. It really is a journey, and every little bit helps. You've got this, so just keep going.